As you all know by now, Biden is now officially the president-elect of the United States. As we're recording this, he has more than 4 million in the popular vote. And more importantly, he's got more than 270 in the Electoral College. What does this mean? Well, Joe Biden will be the next president of the United States. And, perhaps more entertainingly, Trump is the loser. Of course, he'll never admit to this, claiming the election was a fraud and stolen from him.
If you count the legal votes, I easily win. If you count the illegal votes, they can try to steal the election from us. Election day, you have election day, and the laws are very strong on that. You have an election day, and they don't want votes cast after election day.
Trump, it's not you, it's me, okay? You just gotta move on. And I made this video to help you do just that. Cause I understand, I've been dumped before, it hurts. But you gotta grow up and stop throwing Trumper tantrums on Twitter.
I won the observers were not allowed into the counting room. Since when does the I won the election? I had 71 million legal votes.
So it seems like you have a few questions, Trump. Very inquisitive. Let's see if we can find some answers to your questions.
Since when does the lamestream media call who our next president will be? We have all learned a lot in the last 2 weeks.
Lamestream media. Sounds a lot like, I didn't like that bitch anyways. I know, Trump, breakups are hard. But to answer your question, they don't. They are using this new tool people decide with called, you'll love it, it's called math. Now, math is hard too, and I'm not gonna bore you with how it works. Just ask Stephen Mnuchin what elementary addition and subtraction is, okay? They use that to decide a projected winner, and the states later officialize the count.
The observers were not allowed into the counting rooms. I won the election, got 71 million legal votes. Bad things happened, which our observers were not allowed to see. Never happened before. Millions of mail-in ballots were sent to people who never asked for them.
Bad things happened, which our observers were not allowed to see. That's a real sentence that you wrote? How do we know about the bad things that the observers didn't see?
If the observers weren't observing there to see it. And if they did observe these bad things, they would have been observed, and then they would have been seen by the observers.
I think you broke my brain. Does that mean you're right? Listen, mail-in ballots were huge this year, and there is a reason for that. We are in the middle of a pandemic. But I think you knew that, Mr. Trump.
I won the election by a lot.
Sorry, no. Let me put it in terms I know you will understand.
Wrong. You lost bigly. You're the biggest loser. Huge losely. Nobody loses like you do. That I could tell you.
Is that better?
I had such a big lead in all these states late into election night, only to see the leads miraculously disappear as the days went by. Perhaps these leads will return as our legal proceedings move forward.
What happened is simple. You told your supporters not to vote by mail. But voting by mail still exists as an option, and we are still in a pandemic. Your voters, and to your credit, there were a lot of them, tended to vote in person, and those votes were counted first. Boom, there's your lead. Everyone gets a vote, and many of those chose to vote by mail since we're in a pandemic. About 57% in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. So as those were counted, your lead miraculously disappeared. Good, great. You understand? Perfect. Now about that concession speech, I was thinking you could invoke a certain...
Well, that's 120,000 ballots that should just be taken out of the count. Do you think we're stupid? You think we're fools?
Yes. Yes, we do. Now go fuck yourself. I'm sorry. God, that was so rude. Go tuck in your shirt. You can try to sue every ballot voted against you away, and your lawyers might get a few, but those are real votes, and nothing trumps democracy. Mr. President, you've accomplished a lot. You've inspired countless people. Well, not countless, it was much less than President-elect Biden, but you should be proud. And may I ask, just once, before you go, before it's too late and while you're still president, one time, be presidential. It's okay to lose. I do it all the time. If this video offended you, I find that very offensive. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'm John Risky Boltz.